Welcome you all to the class of Upnishad. Upanishads are the secret knowledge which has been given by our rishis to us. We have in our literature what we say, we have Vedas, we have Brahman Granthas, we have Aranya Granthas, and then comes the Upanishads. In Upanishads, what the rishis has told that whatsoever is very secret knowledge that has been compiled up in the Upanishads, because Vedas are so elaborate, we can normal people cannot read it, and as the time passed away, the intelligence and the wisdom of human beings were going little lower and lower. So as per the need of the human beings, so rishis made the Upanishad very easy to understand, and what we say is the energy boost, the knowledge boost, the jnana boost we can say are the Upanishads. So first Upanishad is the Isha Upanishad. There are 11 Upanishads in our literature which we are supposed to read. The first one is the Isha Upanishad and is very well learned and very well talked about. The Upanishad is the Isha Upanishad, because this is very small, and actually this is the 40th chapter of Yajurveda, and there are 18 verses in it. And if we see minutely, there are 18 chapters in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So as per the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 18 chapters are there. Same way in Isha Upanishad, there are 18 mantras, and each and every mantra is full of knowledge and practical knowledge which we have to apply in our life. Many people say, they come to us and ask that whatsoever knowledge has been given is beyond our reach, we cannot practice us. But Isha Upanishad, the first very mantra which we read today, is the very much practical if we apply to it. Our problem is we listen very attentively, and at that time we have grace also, we have shraddha also for the words, but later we forget. So what important is you listen it and you apply it to your day-to-day life. How you can apply it, I will tell you, and I will try my level best to make it as easily understandable as you can, and I will tell you the tricks how these things should be applied to your day-to-day life. So we'll start with the Isha Upanishad first mantra. The first mantra is, you can ask in between, no worries. The recording is the separate thing. You can ask if you have any issues, but just raise a hand so that I can complete my sentence, then I will answer to your queries. So first mantra is Ishavasyamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitha magridhah kasya svidhanam. Very easy to learn also. What they say, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. What is Ishwar we know all, the God. Vasyam is it's controlled. His presence, he is there. Idam is this one. Sarvam, all. Water, air, earth, sun, everything. Yat, whatsoever. Kim comes as the Jagatyam, within the universe. Jagat is the universe, we can say. And Jagat is all the animate and the inanimate, whatsoever we see. Ten, by him, Tyakta, set apart, the quota. And Bhunjitha is must you accept. And Ma is no, is a negative word in Sanskrit, Ma. Graha, make into use. And kasya svid, whom does it belong? Dhanam is every necessary things which we use in our life. So what this mantra says, that everything which is animate or inanimate, that is within the universe, that is controlled by and owned by the Lord. which is called as the Ish, as the Ishvara, as the God, as the Lord. So whatsoever we say, animate, inanimate, the things, the trees, the sea, the earth, the water, the sky, whatsoever we see is controlled and owned by the Lord. It's not owned by some person, as this house is owned by so and so person, the registration in the municipal committee is at the name of that person. Same way, there is registration of this whole universe is at the name of the Lord. In when we were in Chandigarh, they will say they don't make the registration of flats. What they say is Chandigarh authority or something is there. They used to give on the lease the all property that belong to housing board. Yes, Chandigarh housing board was there. So all the property, all the sectors in the Chandigarh were owned by the Chandigarh housing board. They only give on lease for you to use for 100 years. And when I came to know, I was very much surprised that after 100 years, those whatsoever properties are there, flats or kothis or buildings are there, those will be taken back by the housing board, because actually these properties are belong to housing board. Same way, the whole universe is owned by, the whole universe is authorized, is registered on the name of the God. It has been our house, our car, our building, our office is given us on lease. For how many years? For how many years we will live? After that, who knows that our son will take that house or not, or our son will go to foreign and that land will be captured by someone else. So whatsoever we say, animate and inanimate, see, living also and living or non-living also is governed by, controlled by the Lord. So Swami Satyapati used to say one thing, that everything belongs to God. At that time I was also not making it, it was not coming into my mind how everything God, is belong to the God. Everything belongs to the God. When we know, then we cannot greed. In the next line it is coming. So one should only accept the things necessary for himself, not which is for luxurious purpose or just for storage purposes only. Just take which is necessary for you. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha magridhas kasya svidhanam. Which the how many things are set apart for as a quota for your use, you should take only those, and one must not accept the things which belongs to others. Knowing well that they belong to others, we should not take it. Like if we are having a very nuclear family nowadays in the society, so if the very small family is there, it's not advisable to have a very big house, because maintaining a very big house is very difficult. You have to arrange for servant, some caretaker, some electricity problem is there, some water problem is there. So whatsoever the Ved mantra says, whatsoever is necessary, you cannot live without those things. Without water, without food, without housing, without clothes, you cannot live. It's okay, you should have it, because you have earned it, you have done your hard work to attain those things. But you take only the quota, set aside the quota, you have only this. Don't make the greediness for the things which are belong to others. So this is the first meaning. And how it's practically, now we can easily know it, how we can apply this to our life, that whatsoever is mine, I should take it. Nowadays, previously as we were reading the Shrimad Valmiki Ramayana, in that also we had discussed this thing, that because nowadays why brother fights with the brother? Because he wants to take more, or he wants to grab the brother's spot also, or what the brothers, they don't want to give their part to the sisters. So greediness is there. We want to achieve more. Why we want? We ask the person, so how much is your salary? He says, just suppose he says 20,000 is my salary, and 10 to 15,000 I make above from salary. How you make above from your salary? This is gridha, ma gridha kasya svidhanam. You should not take which is not belong to you. You are taking as a bribe, you are, which is not advisable. Then we go to vegetable shop, or the vendors only, not the shop, vendors only. We take 1 kg cucumber. What we want? The chili we want as an extra. For the chilies we are not paying. So that is the taking the part which belongs to the vendor only. It doesn't belong to you, because you are not paying 10 rupees, 20 rupees for the chilies or for the coriander leaves. So ma gridha kasya svidhanam. You should not take which doesn't belong to you. You are sitting in the you are traveling in the train. You are supposed to have 1 seat only, but what you do, you keep your bag aside you, and you just cover up the second seat also. And if someone comes to sit, you just give him a little bit seat only. Ma gridha kasya svidhanam tena tyakten bhunjita. You should be ready to give your part to the others, not taking the others' parts for your use. So in this mantra, the says, because the Vedic mantra or the Vedic knowledge is infallible, because it comes down through the perfect disciplic succession of spiritual masters, our rishis, beginning in the Lord, within the Lord himself. He is he Esha Purve Shamapi. He is the Guru. He is the firstmost Guru of the human beings. So first from his, the perfect disciplic succession started, and the spiritual knowledge came to us. So the Vedic knowledge is received from the transcendental sources. We have not created it. I'm just trying to explain it, but actually Ved mantra is from the succession only, from the Lord himself only. So the first word was spoken by the Lord himself. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. The words spoken by the Lord are called aporshe. Aporshe. The Vedic mantras are aporshe. Those are spoken by the Lord himself. And these are not delivered by any person to the mundane world. These words are the aporshe words. So what we do is, in our life we commit usually 4 mistakes we commit. One is, we most of the time we are illusioned by this will happen, that will happen, I will take this, I will get promotion, I will have this type of person in my life, as a friend, as a husband, as a wife, as a children. So we have many types. We are illusioned, and we always commit mistakes, and we must try we always try to cheat others. Many times we go to marketing and we try to take the things at a cheaper rate. Keep aside that what the shopkeeper is intention is there, or the what shopkeeper is doing, but your intention is to take the things at a lesser price. And we are endowed with the imperfect senses. We are illusion. Many of the times we listen wrongly, we accept wrongly, and we react wrongly many of the times. So what is that? With these principles of imperfection in our life, what happens? We cannot deliver the perfect information in the matter of all prevailing knowledge, because we have these defects in us. So the Vedas are not known like that. Vedic knowledge was imparted into the heart of 4 rishis, and from that the knowledge came to us. So what they want to say is, the Isho Upnishad, the Maharishi wants to say is that the basic of this mantra is about the proprietorship of this universe. In company or in some when they say a proprietor, the flex is there in front of the company, in front of the board, and there before below they write proprietor. So proprietor of this universe, of this all things which are existing in the universe, is the Lord, is the God, no one else. Because we don't know what we are having today is owned by our grandparents, then by his father, his father, his father. Then if we go at the starting of the universe, who was there to whom this property was belonged to? That is the Lord. Okay. So the thing is, the supreme being, the absolute God, we say the Lord, he is the complete person and has the complete and perfect intelligence to adjust everything, to manage everything, what time the sun should rise, what time the moon should rise, what time the sun should set, at what speed the sun should move, at what speed the earth should move. Everything is perfectly set by the Lord, because he has the perfect intelligence and he is the complete person, and he can adjust everything by his different potencies. And the supreme being is often compared with fire, we say, the energy, the organic and the inorganic, and is compared with heat and light also. Because whatsoever we see the bright, which is beyond our reach, we say, oh, this is like the God only. So the fire distribute energy in the form of heat and light, and likewise the Lord display his energies in the universe in different ways, and he remains the ultimate controller. There is, say na, when we do the examination, there is the answer sheet comes, there is written controller of examinations, and there is one already stamp is there. So the controller of whole universe, the sustainer, the dictator is over everything, is the one Lord. He say Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam Yat Kincha Jagatyam Sagat. Whatsoever is we can see is controlled, is sustained, and is dictated by the Lord. He has all the potencies and the knower of everything. The main thing is he is the knower of everything. We don't know what is happening beyond this wall, and we don't know what will happen after this class, and we don't know what will happen tomorrow. We just only we can hope, we can imagine this may happen, but with the surety we can never say what will happen tomorrow, what will happen after this class, what's going on beyond this wall, because we have very limited potencies, we have very limited knowledge. But the God is the knower of everything. The one of his beautiful potencies that he is knower of all the things, and he is the benefactor of everyone, and he is full of all inconceivable opulences, power, wealth, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. So he is the supreme being and he is controlling everything. So one should therefore be intelligent enough to know that except the Lord, no one is the proprietor of anything. Thou you have the registration of your own house, thou you have the registration of your own agriculture land, your factory, your office. So, but the ultimate, the proprietor of whole universe is the God. Fine. And one should not one should accept only the things which are set aside by the Lord as his quota. Like I have a very small house, so what I can say is the God has set apart a very small portion of land for me. Same way, many people are having very big house. So though that part of land has been set aside by the God for them to use for 60 years, 70 years, 80 years. For example, if we say the cow is there, so the cow gives milk, but does she drink the milk herself? No. Her milk is designated as food for the human beings or the other animals. The cow eats grass and straw but doesn't drink her own milk. Is it not? So such is the arrangement of the Lord, and we should be satisfied with the things that have been kindly set aside for us by the Lord. We should always consider to whom the things that we process actually belong. because the land which my grandfather was owning and my father was owning doesn't belong to me. Actually, it was owned by the Lord. Lord set aside for my grandfather, then for my father, then for my brother, and then his children will take away. So this way I can satisfy myself that okay, this thing doesn't belong to me, this thing has not been set aside by the Lord for me. So I won't be thinking much about that, oh, I didn't get my grandfather's land, I didn't get my father's land. No, that was not set aside by God for me. That was set aside by God for my brother only. So in this way I can satisfy my mind, and I can do my rituals, I can do my prayers, I can do my meditation. Otherwise, ten tyakten bhunjitha, this the I must have this knowledge, must have this in my embedded into my mind, that this land does not belong to me, this piece of land is belonging to my brother, so that I should not have any fight with my brother, or anything which we doesn't get, we don't have, we doesn't attain something, then we should not cribbling about it, why it has happened, why I have not been given this, why I have not been given this. So whatsoever has been given, that was only set aside by the God for us. So this type of satisfaction comes when we know that everything, proprietor of everything is the God, and it's his wish. To whom whatsoever he is giving, to someone he is giving 1 BHK, to someone he is giving 3 BHK, it's okay, it's his mind. Okay. Then what say, in the other way, what we how we can understand this verse is that our suppose I am living in one house which is made of earth, wood, stone, iron, now electricity, water, cement, many material things are used in the house. So if we think in this mantra, in the preface of this mantra, then we must know that we cannot produce any of the materials, building materials ourselves. We cannot generate the earth, we cannot generate the water, we cannot generate the air. So we can simply bring them together and transform them into different shapes by our labor. Cement, the crusher is there, the sand is there, the water is there, the pillar is there, the wood is there. So we cannot generate, we only bring those things together and we have built one building. That is only. So a laborer cannot claim to be the proprietor of a thing just because he has worked hard to manufacture it. Proprietorship is with the owner, na. He say, oh, I have made this house, I have bring the sand, water, cement, pillars, electricity, water to this house, so this house belongs to me. No, you have just compiled up and make one thing. So laborer cannot claim on the building that I am the proprietor of this building. Same way we cannot claim on the any of the things. Just today only I received one message that someone was telling that if someone leaves you, you should not worry about it, because only for that time period God has granted him or her to ourselves for his or her services. After that he was taken away, she was taken away, because time period is over. Just like our class will finish, after that you will be set free, I will also be free, because this is the only time period set aside by our organizer to talk about the Upnishad with you. So after that time period, nobody can claim, no, we want to have one more. No, then tomorrow we will have the class. So it depends on the owner, it depends on the proprietor, it depends on the organizer. So the organizer of this universe is when God. So let him do what is his desire, whatsoever is his wish. So there should not be any quarrel between anyone. So whatsoever has been granted was our share, and whatsoever has not been granted was not our share. Those things, those piece of land, those property, those amount of money belong to someone else, they will take away. So like many things we see in the universe. So we should not have any quarrels afterwards this class with our brothers, our sisters, or in our office. We should not be quarreling like cats and dogs, because we must be intelligent enough to know the importance of human life. The importance is to the realization of the God, to realize the aim of Vedic life. Human life is our purpose. The Vedic literature is meant for humanity, not for animals, not for cats, dogs, and cows. Cats, dogs cannot kill the other animals for food. If we say, for that there is no question of sin on their part. But if a man is breaking the law of nature, he will be punished, because he is not supposed to kill the other animals. He has the wisdom, he has the wisdom to think about that he should not kill. He has attained the knowledge, and he has the right to attain the knowledge. So there is a standard for life for human beings which cannot apply to animals. The tiger doesn't eat rice, wheat, or cow's milk. The tiger doesn't take, but it has been given its own quota of food stuff in the shape of animal food. So tiger will not get sin after if he kills the animals, because its system has been set by the Lord for him. There are many animals and birds who are either vegetarian or non-vegetarian, but none of them transgress the law of nature, which has been ordained by the will of the Lord. So amongst the living things, whether animals or birds or reptiles, there is strict adherence to the law of the nature, and there is no question of sin for them. But there is a question of sin for us if we do the same thing. Tena tyaktena bunjita magridha kasya svidhanam. We should not be greedy about the things, about the food, about the land, about the whatsoever the thing. We should not be greedy about which doesn't belong to us. So it's wrong to consider that simply if we say, if we become a strictly vegetarian. So the animals have not developed consciousness to recognize the vegetarian and the non-vegetarian. They have been limited knowledge. Only this, like in childhood, we used to have some water games, or some game is there. There we put one. Nowadays also, to the horse they used to put one thing like this, so horse can see in the front only, so he will run very fast. And if it is not there, he will see here and there, so he won't be able to run the fast. Similarly, the cows, the dogs, the animals, the birds, they have been given a set assigned life. Only do this. They cannot think, if I don't eat rat, tiger doesn't think, okay, if I start eating the grass, if I start taking the milk. No, tiger cannot think of it. He has been just given this life. But for humans, there is no limit. We can think anything, we can do anything as per our hard work. So similarly, what we must understand, just like in Bhagavad Gita also say, the same thing that comes, the prasadam which has been given to us, we should accept it. Whatsoever, the land, the house, the car, the clothes, the mobile phone, whatsoever asset has been given to you, take it as a prasadam of the Lord, accept it, and don't see what's in the hands of the other person. So the root of sin is there when we have the greediness, when there is deliberate disobedience to the law of the nature. Thou not recognizing the proprietorship of the Lord. Disobedience to the law of the nature, disobedience to the laws of the Lord will bring ruin to the human beings. So we should obey the Lord. On the other hand, if one is sober, one knows the law of the nature without being influenced by the unnecessary attachment, unnecessary desires and abhorrence, he surely be recognized again by the Lord, and thus become eligible to go back to the go ahead, yeah, we can say the heaven or back to the eternal home. So, ईशावास्यम idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat ten tyakten bhunjitha ma gridha kasya svidhanam. So, this is the first mantra of Upanishad. Thank you.